Yeah. What's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here with the Pig Dogs Morning Show. Money making Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, man. Into the football season, man. But we know we're all going to be sitting back watching this one. Um, the celebration of the entire season is ultimately what today is. No matter which side you're on. Shout out the NFL season. Shout out y'all for being with us the entire NFL season, man. We appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Let's close it out on the right foot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's close it out, man. Super Bowl Sunday. Brian, what's happening, Brody? How you doing today?
Well, I wish I was excited for the Super Bowl, but as Mitch said over the years, the Super Bowl is just a game. It's not a game like any other game, but it pays out the same, just like Manhattan versus Siena. So you got to be careful we don't go too crazy on just one game. But I look forward to the game. It should be entertaining, that's for sure.
Yes, sir. You hit the nail right on the head. Don't bet over your head there. There's no reason to. Like Brian said, you can make the same money tomorrow in the NBA. But it's the big one. We're gonna be sitting back. It ain't nothing like sweating out a couple bets while watching Super Bowl. Joe Vaughn, man, what's happening, Brody? How you doing today?
Doing all right. Slight winning day. Better than a non-winning day yesterday. Won a little bit on college basketball and won a little bit more on the NBA. But it was sticking in my craws a couple games, being that there was 150 plus games. There's always going to be some bad beats and just miserable execution of plays and so on and so forth. Right off the gate, I I was on Michigan State, not officially. I was on Oregon, but I wake up before I put my premiums together, and I was dead set on back in MSU. Then I saw the line moved 8.5. It's a number that I said to myself, if it jumped from that key number for me in that particular game, that key number was 8. If it went from 7.5 to 8, I'm switching sides. And that's exactly what I did. And in the first half, it was looking lovely. But then that second half, sheesh. Oregon, Dana Altman, you got problems over there. Those guys, they're not playing for you. Dana Altman's a hell of a coach, but his plays are making him look bad. You have 22 points to play with for the cover, and you get outscored by 26 points. Not good. Not good.
Kind of like the Sixers and Boston Celtics the other night. It was kind of reminiscent of that one where the Sixers were up 20 on Boston, and Boston just outplayed them.
Yeah, that's true. It's gonna happen, but in college, those things like that happen, but they usually happen to bad teams. Oregon's not a bad program. They're not a program that lets it slip like that. They're on a losing streak. That's all well and good, but when you come out like that, you're desperate for a win. That first half, that's how it was written, on the telestrator. You know what I'm saying? And okay, you lose, but to give up to the beat to get outscored by 26 points, yeah, there's problems over there. And the way it happened, if you watch the game, then you'll know. And then I caught a bad beat on Jacksonville State. They was up 5 last shot of the game, 3-pointer, went from 5 to 2, loser. Games like that, it's gonna happen.
But at least you weren't on Michigan, the Wolverines, with Indiana hitting that half-court shot.
Yeah, I was on the other side, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, there you go. It goes
both ways, baby. You know what I'm saying? So there's a couple more where where I could say that went both ways, whatever for me. But I'm just pointing out those two examples of what went wrong, because it could have been a better day for me than it actually was. I was up slight money, so better than nothing.
Yes, sir. Shannon, Jack, how you doing?
All good over here. Just gone past 4 p.m. local time for me, so happy. I guess in a way I can, have my day preparing for the Super Bowl, and then it's just a late night grind. You know how it is. Got NBA earlier, so I'm in good company. I'm in good company.
What time is the Super Bowl start over there today?
I think what is it Eastern?
6:30.
Yeah, so it will be
Around midnight.
12:30. Yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah,
That's too
it's a
late
late
for
one,
me.
but we're used to this life now. We're used to it. Like I said 2 nights ago, 4 a.m. start for the Suns Jazz game that went to OT.
Yeah.
It's what we do. It's what we do out here. As I said, I can't make money sleeping in bed. I can only make money from staying awake. So that's the motto. That's the motto for me. But yeah, looking forward to the day. Again, as we're all very aware, very light NBA slate today, very light college basketball slate today compared to yesterday, at least. And yeah, I think the key is, as you guys have said, as a coach would say to you, if you were getting put in the Super Bowl, don't get swallowed up in the moment. And it's the exact same for betting these games. Don't get swallowed up in the moment. You treat this game as if it's any other game, and if you think you've got the value, you bet to how much value you're betting for. If you think you've got insane value, you obviously go a few more extra units, but you shouldn't be. If you're doing this professionally and you're doing this to make money and have fun, then you should just be treating this like any other game.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You nailed right on the head. For me yesterday, fellas, it was a similar day to Jump On. I came out profitable. I think I went 6-5, slightly profitable. But man, I had a couple bad beats yesterday. My top play of the day in the NBA was the Orlando Magic. I had them 1.5. Oh man, got caught by half a point. Happens. I don't know what happened to Portland late in that game. They just died.
Oh, now they flamed out in dramatic fashion. That's what happened.
Them boys just died. I don't know what happened to them. Minnesota, maybe they finna catch a rhythm. They look good in the last few games. We'll see. We will see. But I had a nice day in college hoops. That's what saved me yesterday. I had a good day in college hoops. It's been a good week for me in college hoops. Heating up around this time of year is usually where I hammer in on college hoops. I told you at the beginning of the season, it's like I'm in full NBA mode at the beginning of the season. And I like to have a good database on who teams are in college hoops. NBA, I'm watching a lot of games. That's when I'm watching NBA games. I ain't watching all them goddamn college hoops games. I just ain't.
I don't know. I enjoy watching college hoops more than the NBA because in college hoops they play defense. You know who's going to be playing on a college basketball game. You know the top players are playing. The Sixers. Last minute, Joel Embiid could decide that he's not going to play, and that just tosses everything into an uproar.
You exactly, and that's the case today. He's game time decision in the game today at 1:00.
Oh, Giannis not playing.
Good
I'm
luck
not
guessing
play
that one.
neither.
Yeah, Giannis out, so who knows if Embiid plays today or not.
Just flip a coin. If it's heads, Embiid plays. If it's tails, he doesn't.
Exactly.
And then again, are you putting your money on a coin flip? No. That's not the play.
Man, you feel me? You feel me? What is the play in some of these college hoops games today, man? Like y'all said, we had 155 yesterday. Today, we got what, 8?
I feel like I could bet every college basketball game on the card today. I think there's a lot of strong, it's a small card. Same thing about the NBA. I like almost every game in the NBA today. So it's a small card, but I could bet every game. Maybe I will just for fun. Who knows?
Man. Brian trying to make some money on a money-making Sunday. Let's start it off. We got the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, Allen Road facing the Maryland Terrapins. We got G-Dub, Allen Road facing St. Bonnie's. We got Xavier, Allen Road facing Villanova. And we got Temple out on the road facing Memphis. Brian, first slide of the day. How you feeling?
For me in this first slot, I'm going to take GW, George Washington, plus the points. Both these teams, not good cover teams, but I think St. Bonaventure's coming off that loss to the Ramblers here, the team that I never pronounce their name right, Loyola, Illinois here. For me, I just think it's a one-possession game. I know road games are tough for teams, but I just see this one being a 3-point game. If I can get anything 3.5 or higher, I'm gonna take George Washington there.
Brian on G-Dub. Jovan, how you feeling?
Yeah, I agree with Brian on on George Washington. But for me, the better play is the under. These are two slightly leaning under teams. It's at 137. It actually has ticked up a little bit. I think this game's gonna, hover around the low 60s as opposed to, the upper 60s. I think it's gonna be a close game. So, if it's 69 to, 69 to 60, 68 or something, then it's looking like it might be dead in the water. And I'm talking about late in the game, because with these college games, you have a tendency of seeing, the call in college what they call the foul game, where they employ the fouls. A team might be down by 2, 4, 6 points. It all depends, what the coach's philosophy is and when to employ that, and they're trying to get back into the game. So those are where unders die. So if that happens, then then I'm dead in the water. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be a close game throughout. So slower pace, and I think the under gets there. I think that's it. Oh no, one more. Villanova got to win. They got to win last game, but I think they're going to go back to their losing ways. It's just a situation where I don't like the way this team plays. Xavier, on the other hand, I have liked what I've seen out of them lately, and I'm just going with the team in better form. So I'll be on Xavier.
There you go. From Jovan. Jack, first slot, college hoops. Anything jump off the page to you?
Yeah, I'm literally shouting the same song as Javan. Is Xavier. Got to go with a former Xavier. I think you're kind of silly not to right now. Rutgers game like the over. I think with Rutgers, their problem on the road this season hasn't really been offense. It's been defense. Like they could score on the road. They've done it consistently. So if you're not even giving me a total as high as 154 in this, I think we're like 5 points too shallow, if you're asking me. So yeah, like the over in that one. And then Memphis, give me Memphis minus all of the points. All of them, every single one. Yeah, they're just going to give the beat down on Temple, I think, no question. Unless Temple can pull off like one of the best performances of the year, yeah, that one's going to be a beatdown. So yeah, minus 13.5 right now. It's probably going to extend to like 14.5, 15.5, I imagine. So yeah, I'd get on it now personally. But yeah, just those three for me.
Fair enough. Shout out all my Eagles people in the chat, man. Shout out all y'all, man. Shout out all y'all in the chat, man. Shout out my boy James. We'll talk about the game in a minute, man. We'll talk about it. Right now, we'll talk some college hoops. Y'all know where I'm at, man. You know where I'm at. I'm on Rutgers, Scarlet Knights plus the points. I think Maryland is a little overrated, overvalued. And again, when I look at these two teams, when I bet Rutgers, I'm looking at like specific spot situations. And this is another game where I feel like Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper are the two best players on the floor. So you'll give me this many points in my back pocket with the two best players on the floor? Sign me up. Maryland overall is the better team. They are the better team, and we know how good Maryland is at home. So, it is a two-sided coin. I understand that. But you can give me this many points with the two best players on the floor. I'm going to rock with them. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line, man. First game of the day, 11 o'clock start time. Why not? Let's get it done. Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. I'm leaning towards G-Dub as well. Them Bonnies, man. Them Bonnies is nice. I just want y'all to know them Bonnies is nice. But I think this is a game that's going to come right down to it. I think this game is going to come right down to it. So in a game like that, a 50-50 game, kind of, I just want the points in my back pocket. Like, there's a path and angle scenario in here where G-Dub does come here and win this basketball game. So because I can see them winning the game, I just want to grab a 4.5 in my back pocket. It's kind of my thought process in that one. So see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Let's keep it rolling.
I got one more. I got one more that I missed, Jay. I agree with Javon and Jack here. I like Xavier plus the points. You've seen them perform well against UConn. Marquette, they beat Villanova the first time. And sometimes I like to go to Villanova then on the rematch, but they just look pretty sad. They beat DePaul, but before that, I think Xavier's the call here plus the points. I like that one.
There you go. Let's go to the next four, the last four. College hoops, like we said, baby card today over there. We have Arizona State out on the road facing Oklahoma State. Wichita State out on the road facing South Florida. UMass, aka the Romanellis, out on the road versus LaSalle. And the Ohio State out on the road facing Nebraska. Jabron, you're up first here, my man.
Yeah, tough game with OSU and Nebraska, but at the end of the day, I'm going to roll with the Cornhuskers. The thing about it is with OSU, they're playing strong basketball. Don't get me wrong, and they've done some good work on the road, beating Big Ten competition, top echelon Big Ten competition at that. But with them coming back in that last game, they were down 17 at home. They ended up winning, in buzzer beater fashion. I think this is a letdown spot in this game. And Nebraska, they're coming on strong as of late as well. They slipped for a few games, and then they got back on the winning train. So I think that the Cornhuskers get it done. It's going to be a tough game one way or another. I'm not on it because I don't want to get hooked. I think it's going to be one of those 2 to 4 point games, and I'm not willing to waste my time or money trying to figure out what it's going to be. So I'll lean Cornhuskers, but it doesn't rise to the level of a premium.
Fair enough. Jack, how you feeling, my man?
Yeah, same game, OSU, but I don't know. I'm torn with the spread here. I can honestly vouch for both sides of the spread in this one. Like Javon said, it's going to be around 4 or 5 points if Nebraska win this game. So maybe you start leaning towards Ohio State on the plus 5.5, maybe with a little extra juice. Not my kind of thing I like to call fun. And I think the only reason why it does stay close is because I see this one going under. I think the further under this game goes, the better it pays off for OSU, because I think OSU will score. They've been scoring a decent amount on the road. Scored 83 on Penn State, 79 on Illinois. So, yeah, I think it does go under. I don't think they're going to be able to score as good against Nebraska here. But again, for that reason, I have to go with the under in this one. Again, not a premium from me. You'll very rarely see a college basketball premium. I just prefer most of my units going on the NBA, NFL, soccer. So if you want a free play from me, that's the play I can give here, guys.
There we go. Only one I like in this back end of the slot is Arizona State. Oklahoma State is just awful. They're not a good team. Arizona State, to me, is just a better basketball team. I know they're on the road. Asking Arizona State to do something on the road is tough as well, because Arizona State's not a great team. I just think they're better than Oklahoma State by a pretty decent margin. So I'm on Arizona State in this one. I'll probably just go money line. I got burnt by 1.5 yesterday. That's super frustrating. That is so frustrating. So I might just go money line today. But give me Arizona State money line. And Ryan?
Yeah, they talk about the +1.5. Oh, take the money line, take the money line. But yesterday with Oral Roberts, if I didn't have the +1.5, it would have been an L for me. So, most of the time I'll just take that 1.5. But as far as these games go, I 100% agree with you. I think Arizona State, for me, on the money lines to play. If you look, these teams basically the same record, one win difference. Oklahoma State's 8-2 at home, but yet they're slight underdogs. Doesn't make much sense here. And Arizona State's just I wouldn't say far better team, but they're legitimately better. I'm going to take the Sun Devils here on the money line. Then I'll lean to Ohio State plus the points. Just to lean. Nebraska over the last couple of years, always very tough at home, but Ohio State showed me some road toughness. I think they can keep this within a possession. As long as Nebraska doesn't win this one by 3 or more, I think we're good. And I'm going to take the points with the Buckeyes. But I like Arizona State better.
Those Oklahoma State home numbers are low-key skewed. Like, you got to go look at who they won them games
Yeah,
against.
crappy. Yeah, they haven't played anything.
Terrible. Like, they ain't beat no damn body. So it's like, 8-3 sound good until you really go look at it. And you're like, so I'm with you, Brian. I'm with you, Brody. That's college hoop for today. Let's skate on over to the NHL. Let's get that out the way. It's only 2 games over there today, small card. We got the Utah Hockey Club and the Capitals, and we got the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens. Jack, I believe you're up first. Any hockey today, or are you passing?
No, I won't pass. I'm a man of the people, Jay. I'll give something again. As I always say, take it with a pinch of salt.
Right.
I'm not saying these are locks by any stretch. I can only give them how I see the game. And if you value that, then great, ride with it. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't make a difference to me. I'm gonna always keep it a buck. Which I know that tickled some people yesterday. Maybe not expecting me to drop that one. Yeah, this game. I mean, the Capitals are the Capitals, right? As far as form goes, as of recent, playing well. Utah, rough, winless in the last 5, so really hard to ride with Utah. I mean, I like Capitals just to win in regulation here at -125 for me. I just think it's worth it. That's about it. Canadians and Canadians Tampa, don't like it. So yeah, not going near that. Who knows, these players, you got to remember, these players know full well that they're not playing again until like the 22nd of February. So
Right.
you could see them just completely empty the tank and go crazy, or they already be mentally on holiday, So yeah, tough games to read for me, but Capitals in regulation, why not stick a unit on?
There we go. There we go. From Jack. I'm not overly in love with anything in hockey today. If I were to take a shot on something, it would be Montreal money line. They've already beaten the Lightning twice this season. Why not sweep them? And they're at home. They lost their last game to the Kings, so bounce back game at home. Just a play on some plus money. Again, I'm not rushing to the window to bet this. This is just off the top of my head, looking at the game, telling you.
Yeah.
So
that's the whole reason why I don't like this game, Jay. Like, they've already beat them twice this season, but then they're 1-4 in the last 5.
right.
So it's like, how do you read that?
Right.
And again, same thing goes. You don't know if it's going over or under because maybe they offload the tank and we get like 110% effort in this game, or we get 70. Yeah, it's just tough for me to read.
Fair enough. Yep. No premiums for me today in hockey land. Brian, anything for you, my man?
I don't want to pull a Ruffalo, and hockey's where I've been really chopping some lumber over the last 2 years. So I guess I'll get something. I'm going to take Utah Hockey Club. I'm going to take the +1.5 here. They already lost to the Washington Capitals once this season in November. Washington has the rest advantage. They haven't played since Thursday, and this is a back-to-back for Utah, but they play better hockey on the road. I think it's a 1-goal game, so I'll take the puck line here, +1.5.
All righty, that's the National Hockey League Association, man, the NHLA. Shout out to them boys. So is today the last day? Yeah, is today the last day? Yeah, today's the last day.
Yeah, wow. I'm gonna have to go 13 days without hockey. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Because they got the face-off on Wednesday with Canada, Sweden, USA, and Finland. matchups they got coming up next right now.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff.
Man. All right, man. Let's go over to the NBA. Small card over there today as well, man. Everybody kind of got in, got out. They know what's going on later tonight, man. They scheduled appropriately. Shout out to them, though. I appreciate them for giving us some early in the day, and then settle in and get ready for the big one. NBA. Let's do we'll do them all three together. Oh, well. We got the Hornets and the Pistons, the Raptors and the Rockets, and the Sixers and the Bucks. That Sixers line is now flipped from this morning. Philadelphia now the favorite. Doesn't shock me that happened. No Giannis. So that must mean Embiid's trending towards playing is probably what it means.
Yeah, he must be playing.
He must be trending towards playing. I don't care, though. I'm taking Milwaukee. And I don't bet Milwaukee often. I just fade Philadelphia blindly. The thing is I believe they're overrated and overvalued. And until they give me hard reason to believe in them, I think there's so much value on the other side. That's just my thought process. Am I rushing to the window to bet this game today without Giannis, Milwaukee? No. But in that same breath, even without Giannis, this line is as tight as it is for a reason, even if Embiid plays. So it's like small lean on Milwaukee. That's pretty much all it is, though, is a lean. Pistons, Hornets, lean in that direction as well to Detroit. Are we really ready to lay double digits with Detroit? Are we to that point? Like, we understand they're much improved. They're a different team than they were last year. They played well in certain situations. I do believe they're the better team in this game. It wouldn't shock the hell out of me if they beat up and blew out the Hornets. But are we ready to lay 10.5? A lot of lumber to lay with them. I lean in that direction. I don't know if I'm quite ready to go and do that, though, with my hard-earned cash on the Detroit Pistons. Just keeping it real. And then Houston. We have a problem. What the hell going on with the Rockets? God damn. This team was, before the road trip they just went on, the Houston Rockets were the #1 road ATS team. They were printing money on the road this season. And then they went on this road trip and were just absolutely terrible. Even yesterday, I thought yesterday was a spot for them, man. Fading that team from Dallas. Didn't play out, though, man. The Rockets just died early in that game. They fought back. Still ended up losing. The thing is we've been betting the Rockets for multiple seasons. And last season, we loved betting them at home. We know what it is with Houston in Houston. And I think home is what this team needed. The Raptors have been a money-making machine this season. We've been betting the Raptors a lot this year, but mainly at home where they have the entire country behind them. Raptors still around 50-50 ATS on the road. They did play well in that last one, covered against the Thunder Buddies, getting 20. Tonight, though, I think this is just a bounce-back game the Rockets need. I think they flood the Toronto Raptors. I would lay the points in this one with Houston in Houston. Brian?
Yeah, I agree with you. I'll lay the points with the Rockets in Houston. This is a get-right spot. They take out some frustrations on this Toronto team who's been a good cover team for people this season overall, playing them in spots. And then the other game, I like the Detroit Pistons laying the points. Normally, I don't like to lay double digits with the Pistons, but I think, that this line's telling you something. They'd love to have you on Charlotte, who've done well against Detroit head-to-head. They've covered 3 in a row, but I don't think they get this one. And I don't have to tell you about the Sixers and Bucks. Everybody knows who I am on just by looking at the game. It's obvious, so I'm not going to go into detail on that one.
Fair. Jovan, how you feeling today in the NBA?
I could roll with Houston. I'm not, too fond of it one way or another. Toronto, I think it's just one of those situations where if it was 9 at home, I would back them. But if they're on the road, I need like 13. I need 12, 13, 14 points to even consider them. They're one of those teams where if you watch them, you know what I'm talking about. They're a bad shooting team, but sometimes they do hit their shots. They'll be down big, and then they'll climb back, and make it a game, or not even make it a game, but make it a game for the cover. And give the cover a consideration. It's kind of like that 19-point spread that they covered in the last 3 minutes of their last game against OKC, where they were down 21. OKC pulled their guys, which they usually don't do because they were waiting for Memphis. Let's give the guys 3 extra minutes for the Memphis game. One of those deals. And then
No, I ain't lying.
and then what did you see? You saw Grady Dick go off. And then they only won by 12. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of team that they are. Get beat up the whole game, and once the bench warmers, the end of the line is the ones that you never see on the court. Once they show up, then then now they want a ball. So yeah, I think they get blasted. I think this is a good get right spot for the Rockets.
Fair enough. Jack, anything for you today in the NBA? I know.
Yeah, I've got premium on all 3. The 3 packs up. So if you're interested, go and do it. We're like plus 600 in the NBA this week. Need to finish it on a high today. As we said before we came on the show, it's not about what you did yesterday or the day before that. It's all about today and tomorrow. And we look to go 3-0 today. So I won't say too much, but I've got some free plays, some free angles here. Let's start with the Bucks taking on Philly. Look at that player prop, Damian Lillard. Don't like him. I have not liked him in a Bucks jersey. However, in his last 10 without Giannis, he's averaging just short of 30. His point line's currently 27.5. Against Maxey, he averages just over 27. And now you've got to consider that the Bucks also don't have Middleton as a scoring option. So you're probably thinking that Lillard's taking more shots in this game than the previous 10 without Giannis when they did have Middleton. So I like the over for Lillard, 27.5 for that game. What else? Pistons. Yeah, Pistons, minus 10. What the hell is that all about? They're a horrible team against the spread at home. As a home favorite, they're 3-7 against the spread. And now you're asking me if I want to take minus 10? Hell no. I don't care if it's the Raptors, because the Raptors are 12-11 against the spread as a road dog. So this is just way too close for me. Sorry, Hornets. Hornets are 12-11, not Raptors. And again, LaMelo, if LaMelo's firing from downtown, he can just win the Hornets the game. Like, legit. He is just one of those players. If he's on it, he's on it. And again, you've got Cade, who's beaten up right now a bit. He's just come off the injury report. Well, he's still on it, but he's likely to play. Yeah, tough one to read. Yeah, give me Jaden Duran with the rebounds. Give me the boards in that one. LaMelo's probably going to have to make it fly. They haven't got a Kogi, haven't got Josh Green. I mean, Williams is probably on the plane back to Charlotte right now after the disaster. I believe it. Are the rumors true? Do you think about the failed medical or the failed physical with Williams? It seems like so, right?
Y'all rescinded the wrong trade, bro.
Well, I mean, they're looking for the next 10 years, but I don't know. If he's failing physicals, it's not a good sign. You've just got an AD 2.0, but not as good as AD. Like, you've seen it for yourself. AD can have an incredible start to a game. What was he, like 24 points in the first quarter or something crazy? Or the first half, and then he's injured. Well, how long is he going to be out for now? What's he on the injury report for another week? Good luck. And it's funny, actually. I tweeted out. I tweeted saying, I wonder if the Mavs would be interested in trading that AD guy. We've got a really young talent prodigy in Luka Doncic. I wonder if they'd be interested in that trade. And then he gets injured, So, yeah, that's just the AD life. You got to live with it. Look, when he's on the court, he plays well. It's just getting him on the court. And then Rockets, Raptors. I don't know. Give me the over. Rockets, Raptors. Rockets are just going to be happy they're at home now. Jeez, what a rough 6-game stretch for the Rockets. Yikes. Yeah, six losses. Horrible road trip. They're just going to be happy they're at home. They probably win the game. Again, -10. I can't take -10. So yeah, take the over in that one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all for NBA, college hoops, and NHL. You made it to that time of the show. Super Bowl Sunday, the big one. Man. Right now, currently, I'm seeing, let me see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing ones. I'm seeing Kansas City -1, total 48.5. Kansas City money line around -120, -115. Eagles money line, I'm seeing around -105.
You could probably do some shopping if you wanted the 1.5 with the Eagles. As far as BetMGM, FanDuel, DraftKings has 1.5. But
there you go. Brian Bittler, man.
Oh, you're starting with me.
Props, totals, size, props, totals. How you feeling?
I'll tell you what. I don't think the side in this game for me is a premium pick. I'm just going to lean towards the Philadelphia Eagles here. Patrick Mahomes definitely the best quarterback in the game. The Chiefs have the best coaching staff among these two teams, but I just think the Eagles are too talented on offense, too talented on defense, and I think we're going to see a really good game here. In the end, I think Eagles step up and get the W. I'm going to take Barkley under 109.5 yards rushing. I think everybody in the world is going to be betting the over rushing yards for him. I'm going to take A.J. Brown over 69.5 yards receiving. I think he's going to open up today. Kelsey under 60.5. Everybody will want to bet Travis Kelsey over his yards today because of Taylor Swift. And I'm going to take Jalen Carter to record a sack. And then I'm going to take Jalen Carter to get the MVP of the game tonight. I know defensive players don't win the MVP, but put $100 on, I could win 1,000. So I'm going to take Carter to win the MVP.
There you go from Brian Bittler, man. He just rattled them off to you. Jump on. Super Bowl Sunday, man. What you got for the folk?
We'll look towards first half, and it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles in the first half, much like the game 2 years ago. I think that Philly, does what they want to do, in the first half at least. Then the adjustments that have to be made, and we already know what the Kansas City Chiefs are about in the second half, so that's going to be a daunting task. But in the first half, it's going to be one of those situations where we see the better all-around team get it done, take control of the trenches, because the trench work is the number one key aspect of any game as far as I'm concerned. And at the end of it, and it also speaks to how KC plays in these Super Bowls. They're not a good first half team. They haven't been in any of their Super Bowls. So we're going to stick to that trend. Fade the Chiefs in the first half. And Philly gets it done, at least in the first half. As far as the prop goes, I got a bunch of props, so I'll just throw one out there. I'll throw out something that people are probably going to go against. Patrick Mahomes under yardage. So what's it at, like 251, 252, somewhere around there?
255.
255, somewhere around. It's going to be bet up, but look, just keep this in mind. They're not the high-powered offense that they were 3 years ago. They haven't been for a long time. They're not going to get it done that way. They're going to go on long methodical drives, to get theirs. They're not going to go downfield that much. They don't have the personnel to do that. So they're going to be all hands on deck. And depending on the game script, they're definitely not gonna, have to throw the ball around, unless they're down big. So if you're looking for Patrick Mahomes to, go for 300 yards, you better hope that they're down, because that's the only way that he'll get it.
From Joe Barn, man. From Joe Barn. Jack, how you feeling?
Yeah, I like my premium with this game. I also like some player props. I haven't taken them as premiums, so I'm happy to give them out. But yeah, one thing I want to say is, like, games like the Super Bowl, or where it's the NBA Finals or whatever, if you're not signed up to loads of books, now's the time to really look for some like boosts or things like that. And obviously, we've got all of the books up on the Pig Dogs website where you can go and have a look around. But don't think the boosts. The biggest mistake you can do is thinking the boosts are a trap, because if the value is there, they're not the trap. The reason why the books are happy to give you plus 400 on a Barkley touchdown is because they know that you're going to be signed up on their database, and they think that they can win off you in the long run. They don't care about the short term; they care about the long term. So if you want to get in and out, and you see like a plus 300 on a Barkley touchdown, or a plus 300 on a Mahomes passing touchdown, sign up and take it. I mean, it goes without saying. So yeah, I think that's the key. That's what you want to look for in games like this. I think it's pretty obvious that most of the public are going to be on the over in this game, like it always is for a Super Bowl. Probably on the Chiefs as well. You got all the Swifties, betting on the Chiefs. They have no clue. They haven't watched any NFL games other than the Chiefs all year. So yeah, tough one to read on size, but player prop. I actually got offered plus 400 on Barkley to score 2 or more touchdowns with a book I didn't even have an account with. So I've taken that. I think it's like plus 200, roughly around that mark for Barkley 2 touchdowns. I like that purely for the value. What else do I like? I actually like a lot of unders with Hurts's passing yards. I think this game is going to be utilize Barkley's running game, and Mahomes is going to be using the clock. Just clock management all game long, because this Chiefs defense are not the best defense in the league by any stretch of the imagination. The Eagles are, and I know it's Pat Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and will be for a very long time. But this is the number one passing defense in the league that he's playing against, and he knows that, So this is going to be clock management. It's going to be a very well-controlled game. It's going to be a very tactical game, in my opinion. So yeah, I won't say too much more. But yeah, like the Barkley 2+ touchdowns, like the under passing yards for Hurts. I like Barkley's. I like Barkley carry count as well. I'll take the over on that too.
See, my problem with Barkley is that I think this excellent Chiefs coaching staff's gonna just go all out to stop Barkley, and I don't know if he can be stopped.
Every defense has tried to do that this year.
I know, but I'm scared with Barkley. Incredible. He's awesome, but I don't know. Something tells me Barkley's gonna get kept in check today, but maybe
the Chiefs are 18th for that's passing defense. Yeah,
actually, Chiefs' strength is
pretty good.
Chiefs' strength is stopping the run, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what Jay says about this one. I know what he's gonna say.
Yeah, I know where I'm at, man.
The Eagles, right?
I've been here since day one of this season. I'll probably go back and pull the footage later. I have a futures ticket on the Kansas City Chiefs worth a pretty penny. I'm looking to cash today. And ultimately, man, I'm just going to say the same thing I've said all season long. The reason I like the Chiefs so much from a money-making perspective is because they're great at the most important spots. They have the best head coach in the league, Andy Reid. It just is what it is. They have the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes. And they're also the best team in the league situationally. That's what sets them apart, is how good they are situationally. Let's just take it back to last week in that Buffalo game. Argument can be had. Buffalo was the more talented team in that one. But the Chiefs stopped them situationally. We saw them stop them on the fourth down. We saw them stop them on the goal line. That is where the Chiefs rise to the occasion. And in a game like this, I trust them in those spots. So I think for me, that's the edge. That's the edge for the Chiefs. The best coach, the best quarterback, and how good they are situationally. What Spagnuolo calls up situationally. Look, it's the Super Bowl. The line's won for a reason. There's not many edges. There's not many, things to pull from in this game. It is what it is. I'm on the Chiefs in this one, though. Final score, I have 24-20 Kansas City. That puts me on the under. That puts me on the Chiefs. Here's how I think the game plays out. I think Barkley has a solid game. I mean, he's going to be the second best player on the field behind Patrick Mahomes. I think they will try to establish the run. I worry about Jalen Hurts a little bit in the biggest moments in this game, that pressure that Kansas City is going to dial up. All it's going to come down to is which quarterback makes the most mistakes, and I think we know who it's going to be. So I like a Jalen Hurts turnover. I actually like a Jalen Hurts first turnover. You get better odds on that. Jalen Hurts first turnover. I like Patrick Mahomes over rushing yards. It's 30. I think it's like 30 and a half. Sounds like a lot. If you watch the last game, though, Patrick only get the running in the games where he got to run. I'm not running in the regular season. What the fuck I'm running in the regular season for? In the playoffs, he turned into one of the best dual threat quarterbacks you've ever seen in your life.
Who's your first touchdown prop? I forgot to give mine out, but who's yours?
First touchdown.
That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite.
First touchdown, man. Going with the man himself, man. Let's just not overcomplicate these things, okay?
Who's that? I don't even know who you're going to say. Who is it?
Travis Kelce, first touchdown.
Oh, God. I'm going to take A.J. Brown to score the first touchdown plus 1,100. I think A.J. Brown's going to be too much focus on Barkley. I think Brown gets open. That's my opinion. I hate Travis Kelce.
All the props, though, that's the one I like the least, is a Travis Kelce first touchdown. I do like Travis Kelce over yards. This is going to be one of them games where it's just the Mahomes-Kelce show. Mahomes do that little run to the right shit, look like he's going to take off, and he just throw back across the middle to Kelce, sitting in the middle of the field in the pocket. Oh, my God.
He hasn't been the same this year, though, Kelce. He looks like he's lost his stuff.
And this is the Super Bowl, right?
I know what it is. I just don't want to see Taylor.
You know what I mean? Like we saved it all, and we saving it all for this moment right here. We saved it for this one right here. Mahomes,
does anyone know the line on Hurts's rushing yards?
Like
Hurts rushing yards. I'll tell you,
36, something like that.
I'll take under. Honestly, I take under. Let's not forget the guy's got a really bad knee still. He's been tinkering with that knee for weeks.
So I like Mahomes over 30 rushing yards. I like Travis Kelce over 62.5 receiving yards. Let's not overcomplicate these two things, okay? If the Chiefs are going to do anything in the game, it has to be through those two. I also like DeAndre Hopkins over receptions. Right now, it's at 1.5. Bro, this is an all-time player, an all-time talent.
Yeah,
Chiefs brought him in for an absolute reason. In games like this, we're not going to the rookies. We're not going to Worthy. We're not going to the guys that could fuck up the game. We're not doing that. We go into the all-pros, the guys that have been there, done that. We throwing the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. He's going to catch at least 2 balls. You feel me? So give me a DeAndre Hopkins over 1.5 receptions. And then the last prop I got for y'all. Let's not overcomplicate this. 24-20 is the final score I have for the Kansas City Chiefs. If that happens, then Harrison Butker gets over 7.5 kicking points. I think he knocks through 2 field goals, and I think he knocks through what's that? 2 field goals, 6, 2 extra points, 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points. 7, 8. We cash.
Jay, you forgot the most important reason why you believe the Chiefs will win.
Why? What is that?
They got the refs in their back pocket.
They do got the refs in their back pocket, but they do have the refs in their back
You
pocket.
forgot the most obvious prop. You have to take Mahomes for MVP if you're that far into the Chiefs, because if they're going to win, he has to be the MVP. So.
It wouldn't shock me if Travis got it here, though. It wouldn't shock me, and then he retires. It wouldn't shock me, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it wouldn't shock me. Like
anyone taking any wacky props?
We're chasing history today. We're chasing history. It's never been done, a 3-peat in the NFL. Never been done. You know what I mean? I love greatness. I love to witness greatness. I love to be a part of greatness. And
you got to give up on the Cowboys then.
Man, I just might. I said this on the jam session today. I said, you know what? I realize it's more fun on the bandwagon side. I might just be a full-time bandwagon. I might just do it. So,
that's too easy.
Man, fuck my teams, though, bro. They don't
any wacky props, Jay?
Purple Gatorade.
Purple Gatorade. I'm on the purple bandwagon.
Purple Gatorade. That's what it's been the last 2 times the Chiefs won, right? Purple. So that's just what they drink over there. Give me purple Gatorade.
What about the over? Oh, did you see the viral video of the guy recording the anthem outside the stadium?
No.
A guy went outside the stadium, I think 2 days ago, and could hear the anthem rehearsal, and he was recording it on his phone. And it was 2 minutes 6 seconds, and the line is 2 minutes 2 seconds right now. I'm seeing on the over/under on the national anthem, and it's gone viral. So obviously, everyone, the whole public, if that's what moves your needle, the whole public are taking the over. This had like tens of millions of views on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, everything.
They probably already told that person, hey, listen, asshole, get under this.
Maybe Vegas give him the call last night to his hotel room and say, look, you better go under 2 minutes.
I like tails for the coin toss.
Oh, hell no.
Tails never fails. Come on, man.
The only time I've taken coin toss in the Super Bowl is where DK must have had a ton of money put on heads, because I got like plus 110 on the tails. That's the only other time I've taken the coin flip.
I'm a degenerate at heart, so you know.
At least you say it.
Yeah. I would just degenerate at heart. I never run from it, so I'll put a couple of dollars. I have a couple of dollars to today. If you don't, then don't. If you do, then you know, I'm gonna be sitting there at the bar with my pops, yelling when we cash tail.
Just wait till Jalen Carter gets the MVP. Then you'll say, "That Brian told me that."
I like that Jalen Carter stat, Brian. I do like that. He's been a monster recently.
I could see a strip sack. He strips Mahomes. They pick it up, running it for a touchdown. There you go. You never know, but it's hard for defensive players to win.
I do like him for a sack though. He has been a game record. But yeah, man, that's my game script. I gave y'all my full game script. You know, I've been yelling about it all season, so I'm not telling you Big Dogs Premium or nothing. I know these guys probably are. But I'm not. 24-20 Chiefs under. Patrick Mahomes rushing yards is probably my favorite one. Travis Kelce receiving yards is my second favorite. DeAndre Hopkins receptions is my third. Harrison Butker over kicking points is my fourth. My full game script, ladies and gentlemen.
All I hope, just to finish this off, all I hope is it's just no controversy, no like 50-50 flag in the last 30 seconds to save Mahomes or Hurts. If we're being real, it's probably, if it's going to be anyone, it is probably Mahomes. And I'm not even a Mahomes hater, but you can't deny he's had some interesting calls in his favor this year. And if you deny that, you're just deluded. I'm sorry. That's all I hope we don't see.
I guess I'm deluded. You
don't think he's had any questionable calls this year?
That's not a this year thing. That happened in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Exactly. I just hope we don't see anything like that, honestly. Albeit, it's probably like plus 10,000 that there isn't a weird call in this game.
There wasn't one last week. There wasn't one, that fourth down, short. He wasn't close. He didn't get it. There was no bad calls.
Okay.
Stop hating on greatness. That's all I got to say.
Okay. The only way you couldn't tell that ball wasn't where it was supposed to be, which was a first down, was because of Chris Jones's helmet.
No, I'm excited for the game today, though, fellas. It's gonna be a good one. I can't wait to chat back with all of you after it, see how it all plays out. If I'm wrong, y'all know tomorrow I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna wear it. But if I'm right, it's gonna feel good to be right.
Yeah, I was all ready to yell at you last Sunday, but you were out sick. I wanted to yell at you about LeBron James in Madison Square Garden, that you were calling LeBron the GOAT. And for me, Michael Jordan's the GOAT of all time.
Absolutely not.
I love Michael. If you look at the numbers, I even looked up the numbers because I had it written down, but then you weren't feeling well for Michael Jordan against LeBron James. You got Michael Jordan. I know we're going off script here, but Michael Jordan,
Minutes.
6-time NBA champion, 5-time MVP. He played in a lot less seasons than LeBron James. You look at just Madison Square Garden scoring, Michael Jordan averaged 31 a game, LeBron 27 a game. So not that LeBron's a bad player, but I think Michael Jordan's the true GOAT. At least for me, an older guy growing up, he was always the GOAT. So that's my opinion.
That's fair. I'm not mad at nobody that has Jordan as the GOAT. I just think
See, you're too young. See, you don't remember Michael Jordan.
No, I think the biggest issue I have with this whole debate is the first thing that people jump to is rings. That's a team achievement. Don't get me wrong. It's a part of the argument. I agree. But
too.
It can't be the first part. It's a team achievement.
If you go by personal achievement,
it's a couple things. It's a couple things about that ring argument. Just quickly, I'll say. So, the biggest argument about the ring argument, Jordan was 6 for 6. No, the fuck he was not. I forgot Michael Jordan only played 6 seasons in the NBA. I forgot. He only played 6 seasons, right?
He played 15 seasons.
Okay, so he wasn't 6 for 6. Can we stop that narrative? Please.
But LeBron played 22 seasons.
This is how it works, and this is across any sport. When you're in the finals, that's your record in the finals. They don't say, in your playoff record. They say in the finals. So when they talk about LeBron, they say in the finals he's whatever it is, 4-9 or something, whatever.
But there's another layer to that conversation. Why do we get mad and hinder LeBron for taking terrible fucking teams to the finals? So my bad. I should have lost in the Western Conference Finals early in my career, like Michael Jordan did, so I didn't count against my finals record. That's all I'm saying. Like some of them Cavs teams he took to the finals had no business being in the finals. So I'm not
against arguably one of the best teams to ever play the game.
So I'm not going to hold that against him. I'm not going to hold that against him. So
where I stand. You know where I stand on this. The thing about it is, it's all about the moments that you have when you're there. And for LeBron, he's had many great moments in the finals, but he's also had some clunkers. With Jordan, it's a one-way street. He's great moments after great moment after great moment.
You cannot discredit the Pistons moments. He lost.
No. We're not talking about just the playoffs. We're talking about the finals. In those playoffs, he didn't get shut down. You didn't see him averaging 20 in the playoff series.
He lost to the Pistons.
Of course, it happened. Also happened that he lost to the Celtics. I mean, but back then, back then you had to pay your dues.
Kevin
Durant. You had to get beat up. You had to get beat up in order to become great. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about the finals. Really, I'm just separating it.
I don't.
You never seen him fold in those big moments. Even when he lost, he didn't fold. But with LeBron, you have seen him fold. That's the difference.
Only one moment did LeBron fold. I hate that narrative. There's only one where I say y'all had no business losing that, and that was 2011. Outside of that, I think people forget them San Antonio Spurs teams were head and shoulders better than what Bron and them was putting out there. Go look at who was on his roster with Cleveland against San Antonio, that first roster. Agauskas, Boobie Gibson and shit. Like, come on, bro. Come on. He took them to the finals. Like,
yeah, he overachieved. Definitely overachieved. young
over.
LeBron,
Credit him.
you know,
I
and
should-
then you got to bring up the decision and him going to Miami in the first place and how all that went down. Those are things that are considered. You know, it is what it is. Whether you look back and say, maybe people got on too hard for that, because a lot of people did go on too hard for that. But at the same time, it's a narrative thing. You know what I'm saying? The story of LeBron is different from the story of Jordan. The story of Jordan is like this. The story of LeBron is like this, and then it's like this. You know, it's just a different type of story. That's all.
I've been quiet. Y'all ain't heard me say nothing about it, but I think now is the perfect time. LeBron going out on top. I just want you to know. Plus 1,300 this season. I ain't said it yet, but I'm just saying. Plus 1,300 this season. We still got a week or two before I make my final decision on this season. I got to see how everybody else comes together post trade deadline. But that plus 1,300 might be gone. It might be gone by then. But right now, currently, the Los Angeles Lakers, NBA Finals champions this fucking season.
No way. I think you're dreaming.
I think LeBron has to play the 5. LeBron has to play the 5. If to win a chip, LeBron has to play the 5. They can't rely on Jackson Hayes to be starting an NBA Finals game. I'm sorry, he's just not that guy.
I don't know, man. We got the best player to ever touch a basketball, and we got the best playoff player on the same team.
You don't got Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. You got LeBron James. To me, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. No. Yeah, I got Kobe over LeBron too.
You're just a LeBron hater. It's official.
and Will Chamberlain. I got Will Chamberlain over him. So.
Fair enough, man. We got plenty of time to talk NBA, man.
All right. Yeah, I picked a fight today. Okay.
It's all good. We can fight whenever you want. I love talking LeBron. Love arguing against Jordan. My list is LeBron 1, Jordan. Everybody wondering. Like, I'm not a Jordan hater. I just think LeBron. I'm that argument. But man, I know we got some things we betting today, some things we love, and those are over at Pick Dogs Premium. Brian Bittler, how you feeling today, man? What you got over there today?
Well, bounced back with a winning day yesterday, 4-3. I'm going to try to keep that winning going forward. I got my titanium play in the Super Bowl. It's not the side play, but my best bet run is 14-8, 64%. If you want all 3 of my best bets, it's in my Super 3-pack. You get 1 college basketball, 1 NBA, and a Super Bowl winner, all for $50 at pickdogs.com. Make sure you check it out. Ranked number 2 at pickdogs.com last 365 days for all sports profit.
There you go. Hop on with Brian, man. Continue to kick the crap out of the books. Jovan, what you got going on, my man?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack going. Both deciding the total in Super Bowl 59. Got 2 NBA plays and then 1 college basketball play. So, was able to squeeze the 5-pack out of this short slate. I will put up props on the NFL article momentarily. I will have probably like 6 props. The strongest props that that I think is out there, cashers. So, check that out. It'll be on there as soon as we get off. So check out something long term for me. That's the best way to go anyway. So, been running hard in the NBA. College basketball's been steady. So let's get it.
Hop on with Jovan, man. Do what it do. Kick the crap out of the books. Jack, what you got going on today, my man?
Yeah, obviously, as we said at the start of the show, a really thin NBA slate today. I've got a premium in all 3 of those plays. This whole week, we are sitting at plus 521 right now in units. So, yeah, looking pretty good this week. Need to finish it off on a high. Also got a soccer play up. Love that. Probably my favorite of the week, if I'm honest. And that's up as a solo. And then, of course, the big one, the Super Bowl. Play up for that as well. So 5 total from me today. So yeah, let's make it, as Jay says, that money making Sunday, and let's get into next week with extra money in our book accounts.
There you go, man. Hop on with Jack. Make you some money today on this beautiful money making Sunday. For me today, I have at Pick Dogs Premium, I just have 2 plays in there. I have Super Bowl play, which isn't for sale because I already told y'all what it is. And then I have an NBA play. You can scoop up that NBA play of the day. We dropped it in heartbreaking fashion yesterday. We had Orlando -1.5. They won by 1. Looking to bounce back on that today, so scoop that up over there. So it's just a small card for me today on this little day. I gave y'all my props, though. I do have my props bet pretty big today. I'll rattle them off one more time. Mahomes, over rushing yards. Kelsey, over receiving yards. DeAndre Hopkins, over 1.5 receptions. And Harrison Butker, over 7.5 kicking points. So I got today, man. Money making Sunday. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hop on something long term. We got a great week of NBA coming up. Y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to smash it per usual. Pair me up with one of the guys, Brian, Jack, Jovan, Chris, Ron the Don Romanelli, Big Al McMorty, whoever, Sean Murphy, whoever, here at Pick Dogs Premium. At Pick Dogs, man, we appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Appreciate y'all for joining us this entire football season. It's crazy that it's over. College football over, NFL over, but, you know, on to the hoops. On to the hoops after today. And then before you know it, we'll be back on the diamond real soon. So we're going to look out for all that, man. Check out everybody's individual content. Check out Jack covering soccer with Goran and Kirk. Sorry, Kirk. Check out Brian's Take It to the Bank video he does on the daily. Check out Jovan's 2-team parlay that he does on the shorts. And you can check out my jam session every day. But y'all know what time it is now, man. It is parlay time. Parlay. Brian, what you got?
I got the Eagles on the money line, Xavier +2.5, and Arizona State on the money line. And don't forget A.J. Brown, first touchdown today, prop +1100, and Jalen Carter for MVP.
There you go, from Brian Bittler. Javon, what you got, my man?
Low-hanging fruit. Travis Kelsey over receiving yards. Dallas Goedert over receiving yards. And, they don't think it's going to happen, but it's going to happen as far as, because there's a narrative saying that Saquon Barkley under his rushing yards. You know what? Because I just thought about it. Too many people saying the same thing. I'm going the other way. And the line has gone down somewhat. So I think he gets there. This is his birthday.
It's his birthday. Yeah.
Birthday boy. He's gonna get it. He's gonna rip one. He's gonna rip one for a long one. So over rushing yards.
Jack, what you got for me?
Give me this is going to be a bit of a pick-a-mix. Do you guys call it pick-a-mix in the US? Is it a pick-a-mix? Where you get to pick all the little bits of candy, you put it in one bag, and then you pay for it. Is that called a pick-a-mix? No? Not a thing? All right, never mind. +11 with the Hornets. I can't trust the 3-7 Pistons against the ATS as home favorite. As I said, the Mellow could take off. +11 with the Hornets. Give me over 27.5 with Dame time, and give me the over in the Rockets game.
Here we go. For me, let's go with Chiefs money line. Let's go with Milwaukee Bucks money line. And let's go with I really would just keep it to them too, but we'll go at Rutgers plus the points. Rutgers plus the points, 3-team. I put all 4 of those props though in a parlay and make it a great day as well. So that's it. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Any final words from y'all fellas before we get out of here for the day?
Sweep the board, except for you. Chiefs.
Yeah, but we'll make sure that Jay and Costi and Chris act more professional tomorrow. I won't, but someone will.
Fair enough. All right, fellas. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know, man. We'll be back not same time. Tomorrow we go back to regular scheduled programming, 11 Eastern. So that's the time of the morning show. See y'all then. Out of here. Peace.